Live.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
It's probably that guy, too. All right, here we go. Try it again. You ready? See you later. Cue the big truck. And go.
So I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys, on today's show. This Week in Pickles, big hit with everyone across the country. And what really happened to the girl with the gorilla hair? Oh, I fucked it up. All right. I should read these before I start. Let's stop and do that again. Delete. Yeah. Done. I should read these before I go on the air. Welcome back, guys. Fucked it all up. Fucked it all up again. You get confused and you do a lot of stuff, and then a lot of things happen, and then you don't know what to do. Does it make sense? No. Yeah. Welcome back, guys, on today's show. This Week in Pickles, and what happened to the girl... And what really happened to the Gorilla Glue hairspray lady. And do you want pancakes? No, not now. And the story, the actual story behind the Super Bowl streaker. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing okay? Are you getting through all this? You know, now that we got the Super Bowl all said and done, everything's going back to normal. Hopefully, everyone's getting back into their routine. Schools are opening up. I saw a friggin' school bus the other day. I'm like, for those of you who don't know, here at DeaconLive, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Excuse me while I fix this microphone. I'll get into all of that here in a minute. So we live on a 22-some-odd acre ranch. And you're keen to the sounds that happen to you on a normal basis. For example, I remember visiting my aunt and uncle, just outside of downtown Orlando, and there was a train that used to run up and down Holden Avenue. Or not Holden, but over there on Orange Avenue. And as a child, I would hear that train. And I'd be like, choo-choo, choo-choo. Because I'm 14. I don't know how to say train, I guess. And my aunt and uncle were like, what are you talking about? No, I hear train. And it's so common for them to hear that train. It's like white noise to them in the background. Well, here on the French, I heard like a beeping sound, like a backing up of a truck or something like that. So when you hear that out here in the middle of nowhere, you're like, oh, okay, so that's some kind of vehicle with a backup on it. That means they're either delivering something or something else is going on. That's not like an 18-wheeler going down the road. That's not a service vehicle, or so you think it's a service vehicle, like AC fixer-upper guy. What do they call him? The repairman? But I'm sitting there and I hear the beep, 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 and I go, well, what the hell's that? And I look, and sure enough, it's a damn school bus. And I'm like, holy mackerel. They were running because they were getting ready to bring the kids back into school. They were running school buses, they run the routes, like kind of kicking the dirt off the tires and the dust off the steering wheel. And they were running the buses. And I was like, I haven't seen that in a very long time. But yeah, they're here in North Carolina. I think they're opening it up for grades 1 to 5, and then they're going to go like 2 days a week, which only the days that Corona's not around, only those 2 days. So I don't know what the logic is behind that. But anyways, so I saw a school bus the other day, and it just caught me off guard. I was like, holy mackerel, school bus, there you go. Hey, there are other people around. Hey, take me with you. I want to go somewhere. So for those of you who have been following us, and we appreciate all you guys out there. Our numbers have skyrocketed overseas, and we appreciate that. But we here at the French, we have a house that was built in 2001, and we bought it in 2013, I think. My wife's going to kill me. 2013 to 2014. So it's the original. It's one owner. It's like a car. It's only one owner. They only lived in it to go to church. Only drove the house to and from church. So the house was built, and it was built by the young lady and her husband, their father, his father-in-law, built the house for her. This was her house. This was her forever home. Well, times got tough and whatever, and they sold the house. They had to move. They had to move to actually Tampa, Florida. So they had to sell the house. He had to move to Tampa, Florida because of his work. So we've had the house since 2013, 2014. So it's a brand new construction. Everything's brand new. Everything's good. Everything's, it's not lived in. It's not damaged. It was perfectly moved right in. There goes the school bus. So we noticed a couple years ago that we were getting like little drips and leaks and stuff. Now, you guys have known that I filed a claim, a roofing claim with our State Farm agent. Well, guess what? It came through. They do a depreciation on the house now, so the roof technically is 19 years old. And it's weird because you think of 2001 to now, it's 19 years. Because I'm thinking like, I'm still in the mindset when you say 20 years ago, I'm thinking, 1995? No, it doesn't work that way. 20 years ago, we weren't even we were still just over the crest of 2000. So I'm like, that's right. It's 2021, so the roof is 19 years old, and the roof's normally, like an asphalt shingle roof, normally lasts, 20, 25 years without any huge major damage or anything. Now, we've got big, huge, I forget what the pitch is on them, but I mean, it goes straight. We got big cathedral ceilings in the living room area, the main living areas. So it's a huge roof. So we get the estimate, and my wife goes, you know what? Let's upgrade our roof. Let's get a metal roof. Okay, we'll get a metal roof. You want me to get an estimate? Yeah, because we got the check from State Farm, so that's sitting in the bank account. So now we're shopping. Now we're trying to figure out. We're finagling. We're wheeling and dealing. How to get a metal roof onto our building. Our living quarters is the way they call it. Okay, so the living quarters, we have two separate buildings. The studio, which I'm in right now, is in above a 3-car garage, it's a finished room. It's got a bathroom, it's got a shower, it's got drywall, it's got AC, it's all that stuff. You could live up here if you wanted to. So that's considered in part of the house. So the main house, I think, is 2,700 square feet. This up here is 800 square feet. So all in total, it's about 3,500 square feet. So that's the way they figure out your roofing. You got about 3,500 square feet of living quarters, whatever, roofing. So I asked the guy, the metal roofing guy, what do you want? You want exposed rivets or now I'm dealing with people in North Carolina. You want exposed rivets or covered up rivets? I'm like, what's the difference? Half a dozen one. Some people don't want to look at the little nipples on the thing. I go, nipples aren't bad. Well, I'll give you a quote on both. All right. So I get an email from them, BMI or something like that. I don't know. So, tin roofing, rusted. And I get an email quote from him, and he said something about, do you need to come out and measure? No, we'll just do an aerial shot and figure out the pitch. And I'm like, all right, well, guess that's how you guys do it now. So he sends me a quote. Now, the first quote for the exposed nipples is $44,000. $44,000. Now, I know. Then I asked, what's the next quote? How much is the unexposed rivets, the covered up nipples? Oh, that's $52,000. Okay. Now, granted, I understand metal roofs last about 60 years. I don't have 60 years on my life. I don't. Unfortunately, you guys can do the math. I do not have 60 years on my life. I think most people out there barely have, unless you're 10, unless you're 5 listening to the podcast, most of you out there don't have 60 years left on your life. If you do, great. Hands off to you. Hopefully the coronavirus and the mutant defects that happen with the coronavirus vaccines, you guys can deal with that. But I said, so you're telling me that the cost for a metal roof on my living quarters is more than I paid to have a full, now it's a wood barn, but it's all cedar. What do they call it? Not shake cedar, rough cut pine, rough cut cedar. A 6-stall horse barn with a tin roof and a concrete aisleway and wash rack and all the things that go with it. Now, granted, we're building the tack room. They want another $10,000 to build the tack room. I'm like, no, I'll do that. So you're telling me $44,000, $52,000 if I want the covered up nipples, it's going to cost more than my actual barn where I actually store horses and feed. And I could live down there if I wanted to in a bad storm. It's got a tin roof on it. Now, the tin roof does have the exposed nipples, but still, you're telling me that's how much it's going to cost to cover your roof? Cover my roof? Nope, sorry. I can't see that. I can't see it because it's building up around us quickly. I mean, they're selling cornfields and turning them into developments around the property here. And my wife's like, kind of, what happened to our country home? They're putting in, 20 units over here and 30 units over here and 15 units over here. I don't know. I'm like, all right, babe, 5 years, we'll be out of here. 5 years, we'll sell the property, get out of here, and we'll go do something else. Okay, asphalt shingles. Okay, so I got a quote on asphalt shingles, and it's, it's like a third, if not less than a third. It's a fourth of the price. It's 2/5 the price. So the guy's coming out here this Thursday, and they're going to start. He said he can do it all in one day, which is amazing because the pitch on this roof, I can't get up on it. I literally would have to throw a rope over on one side. You've seen the movies and the, the cartoons. Throw the rope on one side, tie it to something, throw it over the other side, and literally like climb, spelunk up the, I know that's a cave thing, up the side of the house. The pitch is so bad or so steep on it. He's like, yeah, we can do it all in one day. I said, and the skylights and everything? Oh, yeah, we'll do that. And we'll do the rain protection around this and the way the grooves fell out. And we got the valley and stuff. Dude knew what he was talking about. And I love that. Knew everything, just didn't say, hey, I'm gonna slap some shingles up there. When do you want us out? No, this guy explained it, what they say, ship to nails, soup to nuts, all the things. He's going to do it. So he's coming out this Thursday, which is great because my wife is going out of town. Yeah, remember the horses I told you about? She's got a horse show in Florida. So she's going down and she's taking the ponies down there, and they've got a horse show just outside of Tampa. So she'll be down there for a week. So I said to the guy, the roofing guy, the new roofing guy, the shingle roofing guy, hey, man, you got any openings next week? Oh, yeah. How long does it take? Day. A day? Strip it off, patch everything, and put it back on? Oh, yeah, I got a lot of guys. I hope so. So we'll see. So my wife is going down to Florida and leaving me here on the ranch all by myself to take care of the 20 some odd acres and the 900 something chickens and the 14 heads of cattle and the horses and whatever horses are left over and the dogs and the house itself. And I've got a list of chores that I need to get done because, I normally can't do like heavy machinery work around here because she's, working in the front office there. So I can't have like trucks of gravel brought in. I can't have trucks of big heavy equipment, I guess, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to get rocks. I'm going to get a new driveway laid. I'm going to be a busy kid. When she comes back, she's going to drive right by the house. I don't know. Oh, I passed the house. That's where I'm going. And then I get to pick out my reward is I get to pick out all the bachelor food. I get to have the box of Fruity Pebbles for dinner. I get to have beef raviolis, dinner for one. Slop that thing on there. And like her father-in-law, or my father-in-law used to say, guinea it up a little bit. Throw a little garlic in there. Throw a little salt. Throw some cheese in there. Guinea it up a little bit. Dinner for one. So for 10 days, 9 days, whatever the case may be, I forget how many days she'll be gone. Saturday to Sunday. She'll be down in Florida. I'll be up here. But I got to play Bob the Builder while she's away. I got a lot of construction stuff going on here at the French. All right, so there you go. There's an update on me and here at the French. Now, when we come back, we'll dive into the show, and there's a lot of things going on. I know we went through the Super Bowl, but how stupid can some people be? And we'll get into that here throughout the show. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Lately I've been coming by, maybe not really knowing why. You treat me coolly, oh you do, like a friend out of the blue. I went through tears.
Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social contacts, and the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. Click on the social contacts, and it links us all our social networks, all our YouTube, all the stuff outside of the normal realm, if you want to follow us, and all the things that connect us to you and you to us. Now, I told you my wife's going out of town, so I get to go bachelor shopping. Now, one thing that I did last week is the whole entire system here crashed. When I say crashed, I'm talking here in the studio. If you're looking at the studio here, and you can see for every podcast that we do, we have a video. We're getting a live video here up. Excuse me. We're getting a live video up here shortly, and that's going to run over on this side, and we'll have a live YouTube video during the podcast. So technically, it will be a live. It's recorded live, but now it'll be a live show. And you can make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and the way you do that is go to the social contacts over on Prophet Radio. Now, IT Dan, we do a couple. I rely on IT Dan a lot, and he came in here and fixed everything. Well, fixing everything means dropping the whole hard drive, the whole server over his house, wipes it, does everything, gets all the settings somewhat, and then I spent a day and a half reprogramming everything. So I had kind of a pain in the butt. So I think everything's running good. Everything's connected well. So if you can see me, yay. If you can hear me, even better. Now, like I said, my wife is going out of town, and so I get to go bachelor food shopping. Like I said, the raviolis and stuff. I remember in school, in college, go nights, you would get a pizza, $10 for a pizza. You buy 2 of them, it's $20, and that pizza would last you. That you'd plan it as a single guy, single man of a certain age. You would go, okay, I can have 3 pieces tonight for dinner. You might have, if it's a long night, hanging out drinking with the guys, you might have 2 or 3 pieces in the morning for breakfast, and so on and so forth. So that was your meal budget. That was your shopping, your food budget was 2 pizzas. You could plan on 2 pizzas for the week, at least in my household, single guy living on his own. But right now, studies have shown that pizza is actually way better for you for breakfast than the leading cereals right now. What's better than eating pizza for breakfast, or what's better to eat for breakfast? Pizza or cereal? Well, it turns out it's actually cereal. Nutritionist says that due to the large amount of sugar found in many cereals, like my Fruity Pebbles that I'll probably buy, I'll get the knockoff one, like the cheap bag. I think they're called... I'm going to make up a name. It's going to be horrible. Instead of Fruity Pebbles, it's going to be citrus rocks or whatever it's called, like monkey humps. It's a long running joke. So I'm going to eat citrus rocks. Citrus gravel. Yeah, one of those will work. Pick out your favorite and go with it. Pizza may have more fat, but it has less sugar. And avoiding sugar that you can actually it'll actually make you crash later. You may be surprised to find out that the average slice of pizza and a bowl of cereal with whole milk nearly contain the same amount of calories. Got that? Pizza also has more protein. Based on that, your appetite would be more satisfied, and you would be more likely to avoid snacking during the day. So there you go. Pizza, more protein, less likely for you to snack during the day. So have yourself a slice of pizza and get on with your day. For those people, for those people that eat cereal every morning, say the single dad has got Junior for the weekend, and he bought a pizza from last night. Dad, what's for breakfast? I want, this and that and this. Nope. You're getting pizza today, kid. Well, we had that. Guess what? You're going to have that again today. No, all right. Now, one thing, a staple for all breakfasts is, I always we have abundance amount of eggs, so it's eggs. We have eggs all the time here on the French. I try to do them up as many different ways as I possibly can. We have hash browns and eggs. We'll have sausage and eggs. We'll have, we've got the Instapot cooker with the little silicone thing that makes all the little egg bites, and I've done egg bites with spinach in them. We've done them with bacon in them, sausage, all the stuff, whatever you can think of. We've done it a million times over. Sometimes the egg bites have a little weird texture to them, but I think that's my fault most of the time. I either overcook them or I don't put enough milk in it. Stupid almond milk. But one of the staples of breakfast is pancakes. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but remember the whole debacle? I say debacle. It's just, it's messed up. You know, a group of people, 5 people, were upset that Aunt Jemima was representing some kind of racial discrimination. No, it's a character. It's a character. Well, you didn't pay Aunt Jemima her stuff and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, she's a character. She's a damn character. So now the face of Aunt Jemima has completely changed. So your Aunt Jemima pancakes is no more. They've replaced the logo. They replaced the name. They've replaced the whole entire thing. They are now called Pearl Milling Company. And check out the logo. So now it looks like an old, for all you beer drinkers out there, it looks like Plank Road Brewery. You know, the ice house thing? It's got like a Plank Road Brewery little cartoon building. And it says Pearl Mill Company is the name of the syrup. Now, I think they went the wrong way with this, in my opinion. I think they should have, you know, they got rid of Aunt Jemima, and they actually, she's evolved. She went with having the bandana on her head, to giving her a nice smile, her hair done up in pearls. Change with the times. So let's change with the times now, and instead of saying Aunt Jemima, why don't we just call it Auntie J or something like that? And change the whole character altogether, but still have a face. You still want to have a face connected to your syrup. Do you? I do. Pearl Mill Company? Fuck that. That's going in the back of the goddamn cabinet. That's going in the back of the friggin' pantry. I'm not eating that shit. Unless it said, now here we go, devil's advocate here, if the Pearl Milling Company, which is the new Aunt Jemima, was 100% maple syrup. You know what I'm talking about? The one that comes in the little glass that's like $8 for the thing, but you only need a couple drops because it's so friggin' sweet. Yeah, that I would buy Pearl Mill Company maple syrup if it was that way. But it's not. It's corn syrup, not flavoring. Yeah, maybe artificial flavoring, artificial coloring, and you can buy a 16-ounce, 24-ounce for like what, $1.50? No, I'm not eating Pearl Mill Company and expecting roses. They should have made some kind of character, some kind of breakfast character, some kind of, when you look at it, you're like going, you know what, I feel good eating this. It's a character, whether it be, I'm saying like a SpongeBob character or some kind of face on there, because you're not going to get kids to eat this. I want pancakes. What kind you want? Blueberry. And what do you do with blueberry pancakes? You put the eyes, the blueberries to make eyes, and blueberries to make the nose. And blueberries, Mommy never did this. Daddy never did this. And, you know, separate household families. Flip it over, burn the blueberries, and then put your Mill Company. You're going to ruin breakfast. You're going to ruin breakfast with this new Pearl Mill Company. It's going to go down. So you're talking about buying stocks and everything and Bitcoin. Don't buy stocks in these guys because they're going to tank. And then when they tank, then buy them. And then boost your shares from there. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about, there's a lot of big events that happen, and a lot of people don't know exactly the true tales of what happened. One had to deal with the Super Bowl, and one lady just wanted to keep her hair down. We'll get into those stories here when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio.
Gilbert Valley work gloves are so comfortable to wear they make any household or yard chore so much more enjoyable. Whether it's doing inside chores or performing heavy-duty outdoor jobs, these activities require wearing adequate protection not only to keep your hands and nails free of dirt, germs, and viruses, but also from dangerous cuts, burns, and abrasions. Our high-performing gloves are multi-purpose for most outdoor tough jobs. You've only got one set of hands. Why not keep them donned in the best durable gloves and hand protection? These lightweight gloves slide on easily and fit like a second skin. From gardening and landscaping to farming and ranching to automotive or restoration work to woodworking and carpentry to building and construction to mechanical and plumbing to any do-it-yourself household chore to even physical workouts, weightlifting, and sports activities such as biking, climbing, or cycling, Gilbert Valley Work Gloves has got you covered. Visit GilbertValley.com. That's GilbertValley.com.
Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social contacts. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. Click on the social contacts section, and then you'll find all the links that links us to you and you to us, and we can all be friends that way. I also do a separate podcast in between the Deacon Live podcast. Deacon Live goes on for once a week. I do a darker conversation dealing with politics and COVID-19 and all the darker stories that you get on your news feed. With a good friend of mine, his name is Code Word Dan, is what I've labeled him, and that is this going somewhere? Make sure you check those podcasts out as well. Some are short, some are 8-9 minutes, some are 30 minutes, and some conversations get really, really dark, and they last about 45 minutes. So there's no time frame on that. It's just two gentlemen talking about things that go on. Now, not like Deacon Live right here. We're a lighter conversation. Now, one thing. My wife, you lighter conversation. My wife is going out of town for a week. So you're like going, oh, you're going to be by yourself. You're going to be alone. You got to eat, kids cereal and stuff. No. Yeah, you have to understand. So she's going away this week. You know what I'm going to miss is Valentine's Day. The stressor and the pressure and the press is off my shoulders. I don't really have to do anything for Valentine's Day, right? She's gone. She's in Florida. That's your Happy Valentine's Day, baby. That's all you. You can go to Florida. And then a couple days later is her birthday. And she said, I don't want anything for my birthday. You bought me the horse saddle. I bought you the horse saddle. Yeah, $5,000 horse saddle. Sure. And now she's going down to Florida to show it off, which is great. That's her thing. That's her shtick. That's what she does. That's her, and she deserves it. Believe me, she deserves it. She puts in long hours. But I'm kind of off the hook. I don't have to worry about Valentine's Day. Oh, you're going to get her something, aren't you, Deacon? I'll get her something. Shut up. I'll get her a bag of jelly beans or gummy bears or something. But, yeah, so she'll be down in Florida. So the whole pressure of, now we're married. We've been married for, 7 coming up on 8 years here shortly. And Valentine's Day, it's just you show your appreciation. I love you, babe. Screw the cards. I hate getting cards. They suck. Here's a piece of paper with some words that I physically could have just told you. But there you go. So, oh, you got me a card? Bing! You read it and you throw it right in the garbage. Unless it got fart sounds on it, and then you keep it for a while. Tease the dogs. But one thing that was slowly almost extinct and now is completely gone away. You might remember this movie right here.
Blue isn't like other birds.
Ew.
He never learned how to fly. But he's about to discover how rare he really is.
Blue is the last male of his kind.
I have a kind?
The only other blue macaw is in Rio de Janeiro.
Brazil?
So if you're not familiar with this is was it Rio? And he's the last of his kind. He's a blue macaw, and the movie from Disney is based on that, and they try to repopulate and stuff. Unfortunately, as of this week, hold on, get the sad songs out. Here's a picture of the little guys. Unfortunately, the blue macaw parrot from the movie Rio is now extinct. Not the actual parrot from the movie, but the actual what the movie is. You know what I'm talking. The movie's based on. Thanks to our lifestyle and little care about what we do to the environment, every year more and more species go extinct. Sadly, this is also the case of the blue macaw parrot. One of the most portrayed famous cartoons is named Rio, an animated picture and blah, blah, blah. There's only 7 years ago that the blue macaw was placed on the endangered species list this year. In January, it was declared extinct. This past January, no more blue macaws. According to BirdLife International, the parrot species cannot be observed in nature for a long time, and it lives in captivity. Only a few examples remain. Unfortunately, there's no breeding program or anything left, and no scientists are taking heed to the warning that the blue macaw needs a program like Save the Manatee, Save the this, Save that, Save the blue macaw, and they're birds. It's a weird thing. Birds will be birds, but no, since we've been knocking down the rainforests and stuff. The blue macaw is now officially extinct. They have one or two, but I think they're sterile for some reason. I don't know. I didn't got into big words in the article and I stopped reading it. There you go. 2-minute warning. Now, a lot of stories that people have stopped reading or they just go by the picture is this girl right here. Now, if you're not familiar with what's happening, let me tell you what's going on. There's this big, huge thing about this girl by the name of Tessica. Tessica is her name. Made up name. I want to be different. You are different. One sec while I find the... So this young lady right here, who goes by on TikTok, IM_D_OLady. OLLADY. Classy name. Anyways, so, God, look at her eyes. She must spend 3 hours on her eye makeup. They look fake. Gorilla Glue apologizes to a woman that sprayed glue in her own hair, but people say it's not enough. Of course people too said it's not enough. By now, I'm sure you all know about Gorilla Glue girl Tessica with a T. She ran out of her normal hairspray called Got to Be Glue. I've got that. I use it all the time. It says for hair use. And chose to improvise with a product called Gorilla Glue. Now, she's holding it up here in the camera. Girl, you need to get your nails done. It says Gorilla Glue. And it's an aerosol can. It says spray adhesive heavy duty. And then it's got a picture of, like on wood, on plastic, waterproof and stuff. It's got all the little all the images on what it can be used for. And not on this anywhere has a human head with hair on it. So the Gorilla Glue is not a hair product. Big capital letters. No shit. At the first time, I felt bad for her because she really looked like this is the writer of the thing. And then she went to the hospital. So here's a follow-up on when she went to the hospital. Well, she went to the hospital to have some of it like removed and stuff. And unfortunately, she had to be admitted into the ER. It looks like Tessica, who had put Gorilla Glue in her hair, tried some of her own homemade remedies and even the ones sent from Gorilla Glue. You know, hey, try this, hey, try that, which is, acetone and all that stuff. None of them worked, so she had to go to the ER. She became getting like headaches and dizzy and stuff because it felt like she had a helmet on her head. So here she is sitting in the chair and she's got Gorilla Glue on her head. Just take this as a warning. If you ever run out of hair products, never use anything that says glue, not under any circumstances. Now, I have in my hand, right here, it says contact cleaner. Contact cleaner. I'm not going to spray this in my eyes. This is electrical contact cleaner. It says quick drying formula, leaves no residue, plastic safe. Okay? That's fine. Underneath that, it says danger, extremely harmful, fatal if swallowed. Contents under pressure, please keep away from children. And it's in Spanish. This actually says contact cleaner on it. QD, which is the company, or QD is the product that it is, contact cleaner. So if I wear soft contacts and I run out of saline solution, I'm not going to use this because you know why? I can read the back label of where it says do not swallow, do not put this in your thing, and if you get this in your eyes and stuff like that, I got a right camera here. This right here, I'm not spraying it in my eyes. So is it her fault? The product was not designed. It does not show her being used. Oh, by the way, you can use this as hairspray. It's just put this in the file of idiocy. Now, oh, Deacon, you shouldn't be so hard on her. No, I'm sorry. I am going to be hard on her because it's bullshit. There's a reason why there's stop signs at four-way stops. There's a reason why there are traffic lights on the highway, on your normal roads that you pass on to keep people safe. You follow the rules, you'll be safe. You don't follow the rules, well, guess what? You get Gorilla Glue in your hair. Now, here's a video of them right now. They're trying to... I know it's sad. It's sad. But here she is trying to get the... Let's see who she's got here. I don't know if this is a friend of hers or whatever. Here she is sitting in the chair. And close this out so you guys can see it. And you can see this video. Every podcast we do has a video, matching video. Goes in tandem with it. And you can follow this through the Prophet Radio website. So here she is. She's got one of the hairdresser things that go over your chest, a little apron or whatever. And here she is.
All right. We've been using the acetone every day trying to soften it up. It kind of feel like it may have softened up a bit.
So she's been using acetone. Now, if you ever smelled acetone, it'll wipe you out. It will get you high as hell, but it'll also give you your brain cells will pop like bubble wrap. And now she's using this product here, and it's a small little can of I don't know if you guys have seen it before. It's called Goof Off, and it looks like a can of lighter fluid almost. That's the way it dispenses. So here you go.
So we're going to use this. We have some on here already, but I'm going to just add a little more. And we're just going to cut this.
Her head literally looks like a plastic cover.
Let it breathe a little bit.
She's pouring it on it. And then they end up cutting off her ponytail. So the saga continues on Tessica spraying Gorilla Glue for hairspray in her hair. I don't know. I mean, do we have to tell kids not to stick their fingers in the light sockets? Do we have to tell people not to put their hand on a hot stove? Just little things like that. I don't know. Some people... I don't know. I'm literally shaking my head going, I don't know. Now, if it was a stunt, great. You got all the press in the world. Unfortunately, you are getting all the press in the world because of this stunt, and you're suffering for it. And when we come back, we'll talk about another guy who did a stunt, and he's not suffering at all, but he got all the press in the world. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks, and the way you do that is go to ProphetRadio.com, PROPHET Radio. Make sure you subscribe, like, and do all the stuff that connects us to you and you to us as well. Also, don't forget, check out a darker conversation with myself and Codename Dan on a podcast called Is This Going Somewhere? And you can find that over there as well. There are little darker conversations about what's going on in today's society. Presidential race, I think we're up to season 3 now. We started way back in, actually almost a year ago. COVID-19 and being shut in and stuff. And his name's Dan. He had a job of 22 years and left his job, had to leave his job because he was so scared of the coronavirus and it affected him and his family. Now he doesn't have any children or anything. It's just him and his wife. His wife is not in perfect health. She does well, but she's not in perfect health. And he's an older gentleman, so he's protecting her and he's trying to make, ends meet at the house. And these are the conversations that I've had, and these are his stories. And I listen to him and just kind of ask him questions and make sure that he's doing okay. Now, as you know, my wife is going out of town, so I get to do all my bachelor shopping. I get to do all my stuff as I did when I was a young kid in my 20s. Stay up late, drink lots of beer, go out, party and stuff. I'm not doing any of that. What are you, nuts? I'm too old. I'm tired. I'm in bed every night by 9:30, laying in bed, watching TV, watching King of the Hill reruns. Watching old movie reruns. Now, a movie out there right now that's getting remade, whether they need it or not, I don't know. Everyone's remaking stuff because we can't come up with new ideas. And we've been saying that for the last 15 years. And then they remake it. It's 50-50. It flops or it's a hit. My wife, I know, used to watch this, I believe on Thanksgiving, religiously watch this on Thanksgiving. It's one of those Thanksgiving, can I say Thanksgiving one more time? One of those Thanksgiving shows that you would watch. We're off to see The Wizard, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Again, New Line Cinema is making a new adaptation of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by Frank Baum, children's novelist. Excuse me. Along with Nicole Cassell, the visual architect of The Watchmen, which is now on... Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Scratch all that. Baum's 1900 novel from the 1900s is now public domain. Anything over, I think it's 100 years, is now public domain. Has spawned many adaptations over the year. Of course, the 1939 one that we're so familiar with Judy Garland and stuff. We are going to make... Oh, and don't forget, what was The Wiz? With Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. I love that one. I love that one the most. The Wizard of Oz itself, was kind of dated, but The Wiz, I really, really liked it because I could connect with it. And then they also came out with one in 2013, Oz the Great and Powerful with James Franco. I don't know. It was set like 20 years before the actual classic one occurred. But now, Cassell, the executive producer of HBO's Watchmen and director of 3 9 episodes, well, good for you, is getting together and creating a new Wizard of Oz. The great thing is, because she works for New Line Cinema, they have the original rights to like the Ruby Red Slippers, the Yellow Brick Road. I guess these were all trademarks. And they put those in separate categories where you're like, hey, you can't talk about this because it's trademark stuff. But now, because she works for New Line Cinema, they can do the Ruby Red Slippers and the Yellow Brick Road. So I guess it's going to be good. I'm hoping it'll be good. And who knows, with the cinematography and special effects, I don't know if it'll be cheesy. Just don't cheese it up. Please don't cheese it up. Keep it a little bit more, and don't go Michael Bay with it either. You know, when the monkeys are throwing fire at the scarecrow, don't Michael Bay blow it all up. So that's the only thing I can say. Stick true to the story. Maybe dive in a little bit more. Not like what was it, Charlie and Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp, where it got really, 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 really crazy. Make a really, really dark Wizard of Oz, but yet keep it true to the story. That's the only thing I can say. Not that they're going to listen to me, but I only have 2 degrees in film and theater production, but that's on them. They didn't ask me to help. Now, something else that's coming, which is going to be really, really cool for a lot of people, but over in California. United Airlines orders 200 electric air taxis. Pre-pandemic, a major focus of airlines was investigating a suitable aviation, probably due to the social pressure. This has come from one form of carbon offsetting flights. Basically, you know, how do we get more people on our planes, but yet reduce the impact of carbon footing that our planes project? United Airlines just announced its first plans to operate an electric plane through its not what you think, though, as people would think this would be an April Fool's joke. American Airlines has announced plans to work with air mobility company Archer as part of a broader effort to invent... I get so much gas. God damn. As a part of a broader effort to invest in emerging technologies that will decarbonize air travel. Rather than relying on traditional combustion engines, Archer's electrical vertical takeoff and landing aircraft is designed to use electric motors that have potential for future use, such as air taxis in urban markets. Now, what they're trying to do, with the current technology, Archer aircraft is designed to travel just about up to about 60 miles. But of speeds of 150 miles per hour. So do the math on that. They can only go 60 miles, but travel 150 miles per hour. So technically, as soon as you take off, pew, you're gone. You're there in 20 minutes, and you got to slow down. Your face hits the windshield. You bounce back in your seat, and then you're landing at, LAX. So that's what they're doing. Within 5 years, they'll have this expanded right now. But right now, they're trying it out in California. They're going to fly from like Hollywood to Los Angeles International Airport and use these 200 as a flight test and then order more within the next 5 years. So there you go. You're going to see electric, and they're going to be shorter little jumps. So maybe instead of flying, that would suck. God, that would suck. I want to go to Hawaii. Okay, you're going to, here's your flight plan. You're going to have, what they call a puddle jumper, right? You're going to have 79 puddle jumpers. How long is that going to take? Well, they go 150 miles an hour, only for 60 miles. Oh, God. How many miles is it? 3,200 miles. God damn it. It's going to take 3 days to get there. Oh, but think of the environment. Poor Rio, we couldn't save him, but we'll save the next one down the line. What's the next one on the list of endangered species? Yeah, that's the one we're going to help now. But yeah, I'm sure they'll get better, just like our electric cars now. I think at first they were only geared for like 250 miles. Some of them now will go up to 500-600 miles, which is a normal tank of gas, no matter what vehicle you got. Oops, sorry. So there you go. Do you want that? I mean, that would be kind of cool, right? Put your headphones on. You can't even watch a movie. Can't even watch a whole movie in that time. 60 miles, 150 miles an hour. But something you can do, probably listen to a couple songs. Now, besides all the efforts and stuff, with music and people, they can't tour, like bands can't tour and make money, album sales, no one's going into studios making any more new music. They are releasing the 2021 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. Now, listen to this. I hope your guys' favorite band or whatever makes it. Now, to qualify for it, now listen to this. Qualify to be eligible, the individual artist or band must have released its first commercial recording at least 25 years prior to the nomination. So that says commercial recording. So I guess, what do they consider commercial recording? Top 5 labels has to be on that. Does it get radio airplay? What's her name? Lisa Loeb, who was completely independent. She had a #1 album and was record of the year. And she was an independent artist, like unsigned and everything. So she's not going to make the Hall of Fame. Nope. Sorry, Lisa Loeb. Nominees this year are Mary J. Blige, Kate Bush, Devo. I've seen Devo on there for many years. Foo Fighters are up this year. Go-Go's, Iron Maiden, Chaka Khan, LL Cool J, the New York Dolls have been on there forever. Rage Against the Machine, Todd Rundgren, Dionne Warwick, sorry. Also Jay-Z, Carole King, and Tina Turner. If you see this picture of Tina Turner, oh my God, you can see this. Go to ProphetRadio.com, click on Deacon Live, and for every podcast we do, you can see a video as well. And you can see Tina Turner. I didn't even recognize her. She's, God, how old is she now? 102, 105, 78, 77, 78. I don't know. But there you go. And the winners will be announced based on public opinion, will be announced this May. So there's your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees for 2021. Now when we come back, we'll get into that story of the guy who ran out on the field, the streaker, Super Bowl streaker. We got to come up with a cool name. Everyone's got a cool name. We'll come up with his name here when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's doing okay through this whole ordeal as far as coronavirus and all the stuff. And we hope that Deacon Live kind of breaks up the monotony that you guys listen to on a daily basis, with whether it be news reports and stuff. And we hope that we can give you a little bit of relief and satisfaction, and a little bit of information at the same time, at the same time. And all we ask for you is just make sure you subscribe, like us, and share us, and we'd appreciate that as well. Now, everyone's favorite segment, This Week in Pickles. Bagel. Now, if you're watching us on the video here, here's a display of a brand new brand of pickles out there. Now, I love pickles. I love to drink the brine, is what they call them. I've made my own homemade pickles here. My wife, every time I take a sip of the juice, she's like, what are you doing? But it's great. It's great for, especially if you work out. A lot of people don't understand that the brine from pickles, the pickle juice, helps you with electrolytes. It helps. There's sodium. There's stuff that helps you maintain water in your body. You're not just pissing it out and stuff. But right here, if you're watching this on the video here, Monster, the energy drink Monster, has now released energy pickles, dill spears, brine, and Monster energy drink. Let's see if we can find more information on that. Right here it says 100 plus strength, and you can use it several times over. Close, thank you. So let's see if we can find a Brian Monster and Monster energy drink. So you have to, I don't know, have you ever had a Monster? Hold on. So if you can find them out there, that's Monster energy drink. Excuse me. Pickles dipped in Monster energy drink. It's all done tongue-in-cheek, guys. So be careful out there. But there are, pickle juice themselves, they do sell them at weightlifting places and the hardcore gyms and stuff. So these are Monster energy drink, Monster energy pickles. So, but that's what I was going to say. It seems like the taste alone would be, ooh, unless it's like flat. Unless it's like a flat thing, because it's not kosher dill. There's a Monster Energy tastes like sweet tarts to me. So I don't know if the pickles will have the same effect. Yeah, well. One thing that does have the same effect is last week I showed you about the potato hack where the girl boiled down potato chips and made mashed potatoes out of them. It looked disgusting, but I guess it turned out okay. This mom right here has come up with a new solution for a very good, delicious mac and cheese. Now, mac and cheese right now, or macaroni and cheese, or however you want to call it, Kraft mac and cheese, already has like a Cheeto flavored mac and cheese. This lady right here, and we'll blow this up so you guys can see it. This lady right here has come up with her very own brand, her own way of making mac and cheese for the family, I guess, or parties. We'll see. I know I got this around Super Bowl time. So she's taking a whole bag of Flamin' Hot crunchy Cheetos and dumping them in again.
So those are the Flamin' Hot.
Yes. So they have to be Flaming Hot. You can't use regular. And then we're going to add a little bit of the lime.
So you can't use regular. You have to use Flaming Hot, and then the ones that have lime in it. And she's doing like a Super Bowl party or something like that. So she's taking it into boiling, putting him in boiling water.
But they also have to be the hot ones, okay? I'm gonna push this down.
Have to be the hot ones. So she's boiling these Cheetos in there.
They're gonna melt.
I know. They melt pretty quick, so you have to move fast. Now, I'm adding the ones with lime, just for like that hint of lime. I don't want to put the entire
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this on my bachelor week off.
So those are the Flamin' Hot.
Yes. So they have to be Flaming Hot. You can't use...
And you can watch this video. Go to ProphetRadio.com, click on DeaconLive, and for every podcast that we do, has a video included as well. So here she goes. She's melting down the chips, or the crunchy things.
I know.
They're gonna melt.
I know. They melt pretty quick, so you have to move fast. Now, I'm adding the ones with lime, just for like that hint of lime. I don't want to put the entire bag like I did with this one, okay? So we're just putting about a quarter of this one.
All right, got it there.
Mac and cheese, just plain old mac and cheese.
Dump some noodles in the boiling water.
8 cups of water that a box like this for family size requires.
All right, we know how to make mac and cheese. Thank you.
Let that boil there. So we're gonna dump that in here.
Whoa.
I know.
She's taking the cheese, the powdered cheese that comes with the mac and cheese, into the Flamin' Hot Cheeto mix. You can listen to it bubble. Hold on.
That's going to give it that cheesy flavor that
You hear the
everyone
bubbling?
likes with the mac and cheese.
It's like a marinara sauce
Kids
almost.
love this, by the way.
Kids
I like
love
to call
this.
Mac and Cheetos.
Mac and Cheetos. Brilliant.
Oh, you're brilliant. You're brilliant.
You see it?
Oh, yeah.
You see the orange? See how it's melting together there?
That was from the powder.
Yeah, that cheddar powder that comes in the box of mac and cheese. Yep.
All right, so then she takes the noodles out and she pours it over, and she's got like a lot of noodles or a lot of sauce left over, so she can make whatever later on. So there you go. She's making mac and Cheetos, which is, I know the mac and Cheetos, the Kraft macaroni and cheese Cheeto flavor came out, and they were expensive. It was like $2.49 for a box. What's a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos cost? I don't know. I don't buy those things, but I mean, she's making this lady right here is making a bigger recipe for them. Like if you're going to do a whole party of 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 12-year-olds. Here's Flamin' Mac and Cheetos. I made it homemade. Oh, thanks, Mom. Oh, yeah. So there you go. Now, someone right now that's saying, thanks, Mom. You guys have heard about the streaker, the guy, if you don't know hold on, let's start at the beginning here. So if you don't know what a streaker is, back many years ago, I think it started like around, TV cameras were around. But the reason why you would streak is you would get naked and you'd have a message on your front or back or whatever. And you would message, I'm protesting the war. It came real popular in the 60s and 70s. People would jump out on a baseball field or a hockey field. Not a hockey. It'd be too cold. Oh, my ass is burned. Or solid ice. Jump out on a baseball field. You'd see a lot in tennis. for whatever reason. People will get naked and their bait and tackle will be flying all over the place. And then they dance on the middle of the thing and they go on about their business. So if you're watching the Super Bowl this year, or you have the luxury of missing it, I'm sure you've heard about this guy right here. So a gentleman by the name of, let's see, hold on, get all the names and stuff correct here. Yuri Adred realized that a website was giving prop bets. Now, if you don't know what a prop bet is basically you bet on what color the Gatorade is when they dump it on that winning coach. You bet on whether it's heads or tails. You bet on who's going to get the first touchdown. Just all these little simple bets inside the whole entire game. So Yuri, the man who broke on the field wearing a pink thong and bathing suit, so he came up with an idea for a stunt after seeing a prop bet that offered greater odds for anyone that ran onto the field during the Super Bowl 55. So this website, Bovada, offered 750 odds to 1, or I guess, or something like that. I don't know. Basically, if you place $100, you get $750. So he decided to take matters into his own hand. He called up everyone he knew and had them bet on someone storming on the field. Then he got tickets to the game and recruited a buddy to serve as a decoy. So, and then Andrade said once the security was distracted by his pal, he ran onto the field, and the rest is history. The 31-year-old said he sent someone to Vegas to make a prop bet at a sports book there. He didn't identify which one it was. Bottom line is, when it was all said and done, Andrade, the guy who ran on the field, says he walked away with $375,000 in profit. So what I think he did was, he's like, hey, everyone, bet 1,000 and give me 20%. Bet, whatever your winnings are, I want a certain percentage of that. Now, you guys know what happened after the outcome. He was tackled and arrested. Here's a small interview with him right after the incident happened.
Wow, 94.1. All right, so on the phone, we got the GOAT, the Super Bowl streaker, Yuri Andrade. What's good?
What's up, man?
How you doing? Okay, so I seen you in the club with Mike Evans last night. Did he approve of you running out on the field and doing what you did?
Oh, yeah, he told me he was a big fan. The general manager came up to me and asked me, he goes, hey, Mike Evans wants to take a picture with you. He loved it. So I walked up to him and he was like, man, that was epic. I loved it. We were dying laughing from the sideline. That was epic. He goes, you're the GOAT.
Yes, you are the GOAT, man. So where are you from in Florida?
I was born and raised in Boca Raton.
Boca Raton, baby, Florida boy, dipshit running out there on the middle of the floor, on the middle of the pitch, the soccer field, whatever's the Super Bowl, wherever they call the out on the field. He ran out there and made, when it was all said and done, $375,000. And of course, he had to pay bail and do all that stuff in between. But he ran out there and did that, and it was a prop bet. Now, I say that, and everyone's like, oh, that's so funny, clapping hands. Oh, my God, that's so cool. That's so funny. Think about it this way. Let's flip this around. So he was able to access a major sporting event. Not necessarily just I'm not talking like a baseball game, high school, college, pro. I'm talking about Super Bowl. I'm talking the number one game that ends the game for the whole entire season for that sport, football. He ran out there and he was on the field for what? 15 seconds? 15, 20 seconds as he ran around and untouched. He had a guy distract the security guard, and then he ran out there and ran around and acted like a fool and stuff. And everyone's like, oh, that's a big fun joke. So I was saying, what if he was out there and had a bomb jacket on, had a bomb strapped to him, ran out there in the middle of the field and said, fuck you, motherfuckers, or Allah Akbar, or whatever they say, clicked the button, blew away all of Tampa Bay, including Tom Brady, and blew away all of Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if Mahomes was on the field at the same time, but still, ruined that. Big pothole in the ground, big divot in the ground, dead people everywhere. Remember what we had to do? Our lives changed when 9/11 happened. if that would have happened there, see how easily it was for him to get out there? Now, I don't want to point fingers at anyone or call anyone a spade, but he looked a little questionable. He could pass as a Al-Qaeda type individual. Maybe it was a test. Let's see if we can get out on the Super Bowl. What are the steps that you take? I mean, that's what they do. It's training. Maybe this was a training course. I'm not getting all Alex Jones on you, believe me. I'm just saying, what if this was a training thing and, he won $375,000 that goes back to fund the militia over there in the Middle East? I don't know. I'm just spitting it out there, just throwing it out there, seeing what everyone thinks. That's it. I just trying to not make a point. We try to be light here. We try to be light and fluffy. All right, when we come back, what's that beeping noise? And make sure you get your coronavirus vaccination. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you do all the stuff that links us to you and you to us. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on Deacon Live. Click on the social contact section, and you can find out all the links, all our Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, other avenues. If you're watching this on the video here, other avenues where you can listen to us and pick us up wherever you download podcasts as well. That's Deacon Live, all one word. Now, coronavirus, I know it's a touchy subject as far as vaccinations, whether we should get them, whether we shouldn't get them. People will say, my dead cold hand or something like that. I don't want to get vaccinations. Are they having reactions? People having reactions to them? We don't know yet. I mean, some people have fainted on TV. We've seen that. Some people are doing well. In France, they're doing something outside of the box. France, during the COVID pandemic, France is rewarding frontline immigrated workers, people from other countries, with citizenship to France. Hundreds of immigrants to France working on the coronavirus front lines have their service to the country recognized as a fast track to citizenship. So if you're an immigrant worker working in France and you're applying for your visa or your green card or citizenship, you are now being recognized by France, their government, their parliament, to be fast tracked to getting your citizenship. The Interior Ministry invites residents helping with the effects of the coronavirus to apply for the acceleration neutralization. More than 750 people have already granted citizenship or are in the final stages of receiving it. This includes healthcare professionals, cleaners, work and shop workers. Frontline workers around the world have been exposed to COVID-19 at a high rate, and many are dying with the disease, blah, blah. France is in the top 10 countries worst hit by the coronavirus infections, with more than 2.5 billion confirmed cases, with 62,000 deaths. To thank all the people that came from outside of their own country to help work with them, they've expedited their citizenship, announced this past September. Most of them have already been granted a French passport, and more than 2,890 people have applied for this so far. Health professionals, cleaning ladies, childcare workers, checkout staffs, they all have been proven and committed to our nation. And this is now the time to turn ourselves back to them and help them. So what they're doing is they're nationalizing a lot of the immigrant workers that came into France looking for a home, looking for some kind of wherever they came from, whether they came from the Middle East, whether they came from nations that don't have, good healthcare, good government, good whatever the case may be. They're naturalizing them. They're fast tracking them to make them part of their society, which I think is great. Maybe we should do that here in some form in the United States. Hey, look, all you immigrant workers, you got to get past that. How do you get past that? I don't know. That's another story. That's another book and a title in itself. Now, for those of you out there that haven't gotten or are getting ready to get your corona vaccine, over in the UK, they've actually produced this commercial right here. And I think it's kind of funny, but it also shows you the importance of getting your vaccine. And the way you watch this is go to prophetradio.com. You can see the video. So here we go. This is with Elton John. Remember that guy? Here we go. Make sure I got the right video up. Hold on.
Elton John, audition, take one.
My name is Elton John.
Cut there. Little less showbiz, Elton.
My name is Elton John.
Bit more showbiz.
My name is Elton John.
Let's go for your Michael Caine impression. Just let's see what it's like.
My name is Elton John.
Beautiful. Cut there.
The more people in society that get vaccinated, the more chance there is of eradicating the national COVID pandemic. It's really important to know that the vaccines have all been through and met the necessary safety and quality standards.
So this is the bit where you're going to have the vaccine now, Elton. So
Right.
just kind of pretend that you're having the vaccine from a nurse.
Oh.
What was that, Elton?
That was me acting.
Okay. Let's cut there.
And as you can see, I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thanks, Elton. We'll let you know.
Oh, well, at this short notice, you won't find anyone bigger.
Thank you. Hello. My name is Michael Caine. I've just had a vaccine for COVID. It didn't hurt. Not many people know that.
And cut there. Marvellous. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Sir Michael. Claire, let the little fella know he didn't get the job.
Call Elton. Let him know he didn't get the job. So there you go. I mean, that was Michael Caine, and they were all poking fun of each other. Elton John and Michael Caine getting a coronavirus vaccination. That was a audition tape. It's tongue-in-cheek. All right, well, on behalf of all you guys listening to us out there, I would like to thank you for downloading us, listening to us, sharing us, and do all the stuff that you do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Hope everyone out there stays safe. And my name is the Deacon saying good night. And good night.
Wait! Come back!
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Oh. First show after the whole new setup here, so bear with me. Things were cutting in and out. I don't know, but thank you. There we go. Thank you. Take care. Beep, 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 beep. Boo-doo, boo-doo. Thanks, guys. Take care.